Hello friends, in previous lecture we see cosets, partition of group by cosets, left coset as well as right coset. In this lecture we are going to study theorem of Lagrange. Theorem of Lagrange says H is a subgroup of finite group G, then order of H divide the order of G. Order of H divide the order of G. Here let H be a subgroup of a finite group G. H be a subgroup of a finite group G, then order of H, then order of H is divisor of order of G, is a divisor of order of G. Here G is a finite group. Now order of G is equal to n, let, and H be a subgroup we know all left coset, all left as well as right coset of H give the partition of G. Give the partition of G. That means here A1H first left coset is equal to A1 is suppose EH, this is equal to H itself a one left coset. Okay. Second A2H, A3H and so on, ARH are the distinct left cosets. These give the partition, therefore these are disjoint. These cosets are disjoint and union of these gives the G. That means A1H union, A2H union and so on. ARH is equal to G. And here and AIH intersection AJH is equal to I. These are disjoint. Here I is not equal to J. I is not equal to J. These cosets give the partition, so union of this is equal to G and they are disjoint. Now here define a map. Phi from H to AIH. Define phi from H to AIH by phi of H is equal to AIH. Phi of H is equal to AIH. And to show this map is bijective, that means 1, 1 on 2. Take phi of H1 is equal to phi of H2. That means This gives AI H1 is equal to AI H2, and then here by cancellation law this gives H1 is equal to, left cancel, by cancellation law this gives H1 is equal to, that means phi is 1 to 1. Phi is 1 to 1 map. Now here if you take any element AI H belongs to AI capital H, for H belongs to H, phi of H is equal to AIH. Phi of H is equal to, that means every element AIH, that means every element AIH in AI capital A has a pre-image. Has a pre-image H in capital H, and this gives, therefore phi is onto. Phi is a 1 1 and onto, that means bijective, and so 1 1 correspondence. So number of elements in domain is equal to number of elements in codomain. Therefore cardinality of H is equal to cardinality of AIH. That means number of elements in H is equal to number of elements in its cosets. In its cosets. Now here A1H union A2H union ARH is equal to G. Then number of elements here, cardinality of this A1H union A2H union, so ARH is equal to cardinality of G. These are disjoint, so this gives cardinality of A1H plus cardinality of A2H and so on. Cardinality of ARH is equal to cardinality of G. Now here cardinality of AIH is equal to cardinality of H. Cardinality of H plus cardinality of H and so on. How many times? R times. Cardinality of H, this is equal to cardinality of G, but cardinality of G denoted by order of it. Also cardinality of S, this gives R times cardinality of or order of H is equal to order of G. That means R is an integer, this gives order of G upon order of H. Means order of H divides the order of G. Order of H is divisor of order of G, and we get Lagrange's theorem. Here Lagrange's theorem true. Okay. Now see here next corollary. Every group of prime order is cyclic. Corollary. every group of prime order is cyclic. First, consider a group of order is prime. Consider G be a group of order P. P is a prime. P is a prime. Now, let A belongs to G and A is not equal to E. A is not identity element and A belongs to G. Okay? H is a subgroup generated by A. H is a subgroup generated by is a subgroup of G. Clearly, order of H is greater than or equal to 2 because it contains identity also A. Order of H is greater than or equal to 2. By above theorem, by theorem of Lagrange, here order of H divides order of G. And suppose here if you take, okay, order of H divides, that means order of H divides P, order of G is P. P is a prime, divisor of P are either 1 or P, but here order of H is greater than or equal to 2. So here order of H must be equal to P. Therefore, order of H must be equal to divisors of P are 1 and P itself. But here order of H is greater than or equal to 2. That means is not equal to 1. So it must be equal to P. Okay? It must be equal to P. Therefore, H is equal to G. H is equal to G and H is cyclic. H is cyclic and so G is a cyclic. So G is a cyclic group. Now one theorem, every group of prime order is cyclic. This is corollary. Now one theorem, the order of an element of a finite group, the order of the element of a finite group divide the order of the group. Divide see here, G be a finite group, G be a finite group. A belongs to G, any element. Let G be a finite group. Okay. Let A belongs to G. A belongs to G. Be any element. Consider H is a subgroup generated by A. Here order of H is order of A is equal to order of H. Order of A means order of H. Order of A means a least positive integer n such that A raised to n is equal to identity. And this gives, if you take A raised to n is equal to identity, then H contains E, A up to A raised to n minus 1 element, because A raised to n becomes E, and these are n elements. Order of A is also n. So order of A and order of H same. By corollary, by above corollary, order of H divides order of G. That means order of A divides order of G. Order of an element is divisor of order of group. Order of the group. Now here G is any group. G is any group H is a subgroup of G. One definition. H is a subgroup of G. H is a subgroup of G. The number of left coset. The number of left coset of H in G is the index, and it is denoted by G as to H. G as to H of H in G. Index means number of left cosets or right cosets. Number of left cosets or right cosets of H in G means index. Means index. Here, for example, here G is equal to Z, H is equal to twice Z. Here G has to H is equal to number of left cosets. Here number of left cosets twice Z and 1 plus twice Z. That means 2. That means here 2. G S to H is equal to 2. If you take G is equal to S3, H is equal to a subgroup generated by mu1. Here order of H is order of H is 2. Here order of G is 6. Here number of left coset is 3. Here G as to H is equal to 3, and this gives order of G upon order of H. Order of G upon, that means index of H in G means number of left cosets. This gives order of G divided by order of H. Order of G divided by order of H. Now, one theorem here. One theorem. Suppose H and K are subgroups of group G. Suppose H and K are subgroups of group G. Here K is a subgroup of H and H is a subgroup of G. Then and suppose H has to K and G has to H, both finite, then G has to K is finite and G has to K is equal to G has to K is equal to G has to H into H has to K. H has to K. Here K is a subgroup of H and H is a subgroup of G. That means here H has to K means order of H divided by order of K. Also G has to H is equal to order of H divided by order of G divided by order of H, and G has to K is equal to order of G divided by order of K. If this is finite, then this is also finite. And here, and this is equal to G by K is equal to order of G divided by order of K. Here, multiply and divide by order of H, order of G upon order of K, order of H upon order of H. This is equal to order of G upon order of H into order of H upon order of K, and order of G by H, order of G by order of H gives G as to H, and this gives into H as to K. This is G as to K. Complete. This statement is complete. That means index G as to K is equal to index G as to H into H as to K. Okay? We will stop here. Thank you.